right. Hey everybody, and welcome to our Christmas Universe. As we're here to bring you the 10th episode of our Christmas Universe series, where we're going to finally talk about BBC radio and sound highlights, specifically for Radio 1 and 2, and all the BBC Sounds highlights. And of course, I'll leave a link in the description if there's any highlights you want to check out on all the other stations that are going to be happening over the course of Christmas, because the other stations have got plenty of Christmas content that will hopefully keep you company if you're somebody who usually regularly listens to BBC Radio, and you have a specific BBC radio station you like listening to. Then you can definitely check out all the highlights for your preferred radio station on the link in the description. But in this video, we're going to take a look specifically on Radio 1 and 2 and the BBC Sounds highlights for content that you can check out on BBC Sounds over Christmas to get to tickle your fancy. So without further ado, let's take a look at some of the great Christmas radio and sounds content from the BBC for Christmas 2023. So here we go, and we have a very special message from Charlotte Moore, who is the Chief Content Officer, who says the following. Listeners will be spoiled for choice this holiday season with a stock filled of festive delights from BBC Radio and Sound. Our stations will be the soundtrack of your Christmas with special guest takeovers, music mixes to get you into the party mood, and a host of brilliant storytelling. From nostalgia to supernatural, there is something for everyone. BBC Radio and Sound is the perfect companion. Keep listeners entertained right through Christmas Day and into the new year. So, yes, that's her introduction to the highlights for Christmas of 2023. So now we begin our highlights with BBC Sounds. And here are some of the highlights that you can check out over Christmas if you fancy checking out some of the cool content. First things first, we have Your Place or Mine with Sean Kennedy, which is available now on BBC Sounds. It's from BBC Radio 4, and they're doing a whole comedy travel podcast where they're going to be visiting the snowy wonderland of Santa's home in Finland. So this is the whole special that they've just released recently on BBC Sounds, which you can now listen to on the BBC Sounds app, and I'll leave a link to BBC Sounds where they'll have all their Christmas content. Some of the Christmas content should be up and running on that page. And then following that, we have Yeti Omnibus, which is a bonus episode of Yeti that's going to be airing on the 22nd of December from BBC Radio 4. That will be coming to BBC Sounds on that night. And then they're going to be doing a special behind the scenes of the final Ghost special, which is Inside Ghosts, and it's a Christmas special where they're going to be going behind the scenes of the last ever episode that will be airing this Christmas on BBC One. So you'll be able to hear some behind the scenes of the Ghosts. So you'll get to hear from the cast of Ghosts as they prepare to say goodbye to BBC One for Christmas. So yes, this will be a special podcast for BBC Sounds for fans to hear. And then on the 7th, the 14th, and the 21st of December, there's going to be special episodes of 6 Degrees with Jamie and Spencer. This is from BBC Radio 1 that's going to be airing on BBC Sounds beginning on the 7th of December, which is next week. There will be 3 themed celebrities that are going to be joining them over Christmas. So you can check that out on BBC Sounds beginning next week, Thursday, the 7th of December, if you want to check out the 6 Degrees specials for Christmas beginning next Thursday. And then, of course, Doctor Who, the missing episodes, they're available now, so you can listen to some of the surviving audios of missing episodes of Doctor Who over Christmas as a special present for all the Whovians for Christmas. So you can check those out from the first 2 Doctors, William Hartnell and Patrick Troughton, that you can listen to on BBC Sound. And then, of course, we come to Christmas music, which includes the following. In terms of the Christmas music category, we have Christmas Chill, which includes Sleeping Forecast with Charlotte Ritchie from Ghosts, She'll be reading an extract of A Christmas Carol from Charles Dickens as part of, alongside seasonal music from BBC Introduction, and that's a part of the sleeping forecast for Christmas, with that very special episode that's going to be going out. And then there's also going to be Essential Classic Mix for Christmas carols, and that's also going to be coming. There's also going to be a Winter Walk featuring festive jazz and wintry soundscapes. There's going to be a 2 hour of choral music from A Corner Christmas from the Mindful Mix. So these are just some of the Christmas tunes mixes that they're going to be releasing over Christmas. And then we have Sophie Alex Bextor doing a massive Christmas hits sleigh list for the Kitchen Disco from Sophia Alex Bextor, who's a part of BBC Radio 2. And then we have the Sounds of the 90s with Third Cotton. She's going to be doing a special festive mixtape. And then Radio 1's going to be having a Happy Christmas Party playlist that they'll be airing on Radio 1 as well as on BBC Sounds. And then there's the Ultimate Christmas Movie Mix from Radio 1 film expert Alan Pump, who's going to be bringing some most loved songs from Christmas movie favorites. And then Zoe Ball is going to be having Christmas Crooners, which is going to look back at classic Christmas hits and Christmas crooners that everyone loves. And then we have a Radio 1 extra Christmas throwback party, where they're doing a special throwback party featuring Trevor Nelson and Clara Umphreys, who are going to be joining Radio 1 Extra for a special throwback party for Christmas. For those who want to check that out during the Christmas holidays. There's also going to be Ragga Nathan, the host of The Weakest Link. He's going to be doing a special for the love of hip hop that's going to be going out over Christmas, where he's going to look back at some of his favorite Christmas hip hop bangers from the past and the present, as well as a special guest being his own. And then Radio 1 Extra R&B chills. There's going to be Christmas with Chunky and Tazza from Radio 1 Extra, who are going to be doing some looking back at some of their festive R&B slow jams of all time. And then there's going to be an alternative Christmas, including an alternative sounds of the 90s, looking back at some festive tunes for the likes of the Smashing Pumpkins, Steel Eltons, Teenage Fan Club, the Muppets, and more. There's also going to be a double side A edition featuring Eva Bowman. There's also going to be the Morning After Christmas special that's going to be coming out. There's also a 6 music indie favorites, where there's going to be some indie Christmas favorites being aired from Radio 6 Music on BBC Sound. And then there's going to be a playlist for New Year hits, including Sophie Alex Bextor's Ultimate Disco Parties that playlist, which is going to be available for the new year. And then we have Radio 1's Happy New Year's Eve Party that will bring music that will have positive and uplifting tunes to bring you into 2024. And then the Sounds of the 90s with Fern Cotton's going to have some house party mix for the new year. There's an alternative 90s with Dermot O'Leary, where there's going to be some tracks from Blur. And then we have 1 Extra R&B Chills is going to be having a special New Year special party tunes for the new year. And then there's going to be a New Year Relax playlist, which includes Mindful Mix with Fireplace Scope, a special Morning After mix for the new year. And there's going to be a Sleeping Forecast New Year special, along with a Radio 4's Shipping Forecast is also going to be getting a special New Year edition to kick off the new year. And then there's going to be music in year in review. There's going to be a chance to look back at music in the past 12 months, including a 2023 throwback moments as part of the throwback party. There's going to be an opportunity to have the best new pop extra, which is the 2023 look back special that's going to be coming. And then on top of that, there's also going to be an opportunity to hear some highlights from BBC Proms, BBC Radio 1's Big Weekend, and Radio 2 at the Park. So you'll get to hear some of the live music from all these different concerts that have happened over the year. And then, of course, the best of the live lounge for 2023. and also the Best of the Radio 2 Piano Room will also be highlighted from BBC Radio 2 coming to BBC Sounds. So these are just some of the highlights that are going to be coming to BBC Sounds over Christmas. Many different playlists to get you in the festive spirit and even take you into the new year. And now we come to BBC Radio 1 highlights for this year. There's not many highlights, unfortunately, but at least this gives you a taste of some of the programs that you will see on Radio 1 this Christmas, including Radio 1's Hottest Records of the Year. That's going to be airing on Thursday, the 14th of December, 6 p.m. till 8 p.m., where they're going to be counting down the top 20 hottest records of the past 12 months, which is voted by you, and you're going to be the one who's going to be voting for the hottest record of the year 2023. And of course, the voting is opening tomorrow, and it will close next week on the 6th of December, with the winner announcing on the 14th of December, presented by Claire Humphrey. And then on Friday, the 22nd of December, 4 p.m. till 5:45 p.m., Jack Swan is going to be announcing the official Christmas #1 in the official Christmas Top 40. That will be announced on Radio 1 Friday, the 22nd. So we'll find out who gets the all-important Christmas #1 on that very day. And then on Thursday, the 1st of December, to Christmas Day, there's going to be Radio 1 Relax at Christmas, where they're going to have a special relaxed Christmas content that's going to be airing from 6 a.m. till 10 p.m. daily from the 1st of December. Yes, they're going to be playing Christmas tunes from the 1st of December, which is this Friday, all the way to Christmas Day. And then there's also going to be Radio 1 Happy content that's also going to be arriving on Radio 1. Which will play all sorts of Christmas hits and party bangers. And by the way, the Radio 1 Happy will begin on Saturday, the 9th of December at 5 a.m., where they'll be having a special uplifting show playing Christmas hits and party bangers. So that'll be a week on Saturday when you'll be able to see Radio 1's Happy's Christmas program. So there are all the highlights for Radio 1 for Christmas that you can check out on Radio 1 this Christmas to get you into the festive spirit, pretty much, if you're a fan of BBC Radio 1 and you want to hear some Christmas tunes on Radio 1. Now we move over to BBC Radio 2, because obviously BBC Radio 2 is another popular station that gets a lot of love at this time of the year. So, of course, there's a lot of specials coming to Radio 2, and it all kicks off with Trevor Nelson's Soul Christmas, which will be airing on Thursday, the 21st of December, 10 p.m. till midnight. He's going to be doing a special concert a special program at the Royal Albert Hall in London, where he's going to be joined by members of the Chucks, as well as the Kingdom Choir will be returning to the stage, where they're going to be playing soul music, Christmas music, basically R&B with a classic Christmas twist. That's going to be coming in December. So you'll have a lot of festive fun to look forward to on the 21st by Trevor Nelson. That'll be airing at be broadcasting from the Royal Albert Hall on Thursday, the 21st of December. And then on Saturday, the 23rd, we have Driving Home for Christmas with Richie Ardison. This guy right here, he's going to be doing a Driving Home for Christmas on Saturday afternoon, Saturday the 23rd of December in the afternoon at 3 p.m. till 6 p.m., where he's going to be playing festive tunes, as well as giving the listeners, a chance to basically say what you're up to for Christmas and who you're going to be spending the big day with, and maybe even take some requests or two. And he'll also give us a chance to hear some of his celebrity friends sending Christmas greetings. So yeah, he's going to have your Christmas Eve playlist sorted. So that's going to be on Christmas Eve, Saturday the 23rd, if you want to tune in to his Christmas show, Driving Home for Christmas, on that Saturday. And then on Christmas Day, Miss Zoe Ball, who's the Radio 2 2's breakfast host. She's going to be doing her Christmas Crooners special. That's going to be airing on Radio 2 on Christmas Day, 6 a.m. till 8 a.m., where she'll be playing Christmas tunes from the likes of Bing Crosby, Andy Williams, Billie Holiday, Gregory Porter, Elvis Presley, and of course, Mr. Christmas himself, Michael Bublé. Just some of the hits she'll be playing on Christmas Day. And then, of course, from 8 a.m. till 10 a.m. on Christmas Day, we have Reverend Kate Bottle, who's going to be live on Christmas Day to celebrate with carols, festive greetings, and a special message, as she'll bring us some sing-along carols and the listeners' favourite seasonal songs to get us into it when she'll be presenting Good Morning Christmas once again for Christmas Day. And that's on Christmas Day, 8 a.m. till 10 a.m. on Radio 2. And then from 10 a.m. till 12 p.m. on Christmas Day, we're going to have Junior's Choice with Anna K. Rice. Yes, Anna K. Rice will be back again with another Junior Choice for Christmas Day, where she'll be playing children's favourite tunes from across the decades, sing-along favourites for kids of all ages. And of course, listeners are encouraged to message the show with their top picks. So you'll be able to send in your requests. There'll be a link in the description where they have all the email, the text message, and the WhatsApp number if you want to use that for just send in your kids' favorite favorite tunes in for Junior Choice. That's going to be airing from 10 a.m. till midday on Christmas Day, and then from 2 o'clock till 5 p.m. on Christmas Day, Greg Davis is going to be doing he'll be hosting his show on Christmas Day, where he's going to be obviously doing shout-outs, seasonal soundtracks, as well as cooking Christmas lunch, chilling out after too much food, traveling with loved ones, talking about opening presents and heroes across the UK who work on Christmas Day, covering all their needs from emergency services, cares, shops, suppliers, and survey stations. So he's going to have a lot of basically a lot of festive chat and tunes from 2 p.m. till 5 p.m. on Christmas Day. And then also what will follow Anna K. Rice on Christmas Day, which will be from 12 noon till 2 p.m. We've got Christmas with Jane McDonald. Yes, Jane McDonald is going to be making her presenting debut on Radio 2 this Christmas, where she has a 2-hour festive special where she'll be obviously playing some classic seasonal tracks. She'll be sharing funny memories and heartwarming stories for Christmas has gone by and giving some advice for preparing spuds. So yeah, and then you can obviously expect to hear some of your favorite Christmas tunes as Jane Donald celebrates Christmas with Radio 2 listeners on Christmas Day from 12 noon to 2 o'clock on Christmas afternoon. And then from 8 p.m. till 10 p.m. on Christmas Day, Beverly Knight will be presenting the Great British Ghostby Christmas. That will be airing on BBC Radio 2 from 8 p.m. till 10 p.m., where she'll be playing tunes from Ghostby music from the UK and Ireland, festive tunes and traditional carols to round off your Christmas evening. And then, of course, from 10 p.m. to 11 p.m., Cliff Richard is going to be paying homage to Cilla Black as part of a Cilla Black at the BBC, as Radio 2 remembers Cilla Black. And you'll have a chance to hear from Cliff Richard about his time with Cilla Black during her successful BBC One series, and basically have a chance to look back at memories of Cilla Black over the course of the on Christmas night, and you'll get to hear from the likes of Tom Jones, Andy Williams, Joey Matthews, Dusty Springfield, the Wombles, and all these other guests who are basically going to be hearing from archive interviews, who have all worked with Cilla Black during her lifetime. And you'll get to, it's basically an opportunity to pay homage to the presenter and singer who has countless memories on radio and TV over the last many years that she's been a part of the BBC and ITV. And it's presented by Sir Cliff Richard, who's been a massive deal for Christmas because he's really sold countless Christmas hits over the years. So, of course, it's great to hear Cliff Richard's going to be paying homage to his good friend Cilla Black from 10 to 11 on Christmas Day on Radio 2. And then we move on to Boxing Day, where Tony Black's going to be doing The Sound of Souls from 12 noon to 2 p.m. on Boxing Day. So you'll have a chance to see Tony Black as he provides the soundtrack for your Boxing Day with cheesy jokes and all your text messages. So yes, all that is to come on Boxing Day. And then also from 7 p.m. till 9 p.m. from Boxing Day to Thursday, the 28th of December, they're also going to be giving us Radio 2 listeners the opportunity to look back at the best of the Piano Room, as Vernon Kay will be looking back at this year's Piano Room sessions from February and beyond. So you'll be able to hear so many Radio 2 Piano Room highlights of the year as they look back at all the performances that have happened in the Piano Room in 2023. That's going to be hosted by Vernon Kay. So you'll be able to hear that from 7 till 9 p.m. from Boxing Day to Thursday, the 28th of December. And then also on Boxing Day, from 9 till 10 p.m., Radio 2 is going to be paying homage to Michael Parkinson as a special program for Radio 2 viewers. They'll be able to hear memories of Michael Parkinson as Jamie Callum pays tribute to him in a very special program that's going to be airing from 9 till 10 p.m. on Radio 2 this Boxing Day. And then on Wednesday, the 27th of December, 9 till 10 p.m., Radio 2 will be paying homage to Paul O'Grady, who also passed away this year. And there's going to be a lot of archive material from Paul O'Grady that will be shown on this radio broadcast. So there'll be a chance to basically hear some archive audio from Paul O'Grady as they pay homage to him during Wednesday, the 27th of December on Radio 2. And then another tribute's coming on Thursday, the 28th of December from 9 till 10 p.m. They'll be paying homage to Bradley Humphreys, who also passed away this year, as you'll be able to see the man behind the mask himself, as they pay homage to him over Christmas, which obviously will have many contributions looking back at his time and his career, basically, on Thursday, the 28th of December. And then we move on to New Year's Eve. There's a New Year's Eve party, Sounds of the 60s, with Tony Black, where he'll be doing a special Sounds of the 60s to get your New Year's Eve popping on Sunday, on New Year's Eve from 1 till 3 p.m., where he'll have lots of 60s party anthems for the New Year's Eve. And then, of course, following that, at 3 till 5 p.m., there's going to be a Sounds of the 70s New Year's Eve special presented by Johnny Walker on New Year's Eve, where he'll be providing 70s party tunes to get you into the celebration of the new year. And then there's going to be a Sounds of the 80s with Greg Davis on New Year's Eve from 5 till 8 p.m., where he looks back at the 80s classic. And then there's going to be a chance to hear some songs from the 90s from 8 till 10 p.m. on New Year's Eve, hosted by Owen Wayne Evans, who's going to be the presenter of that program like I said, on New Year's Eve. So you'll be able to hear some tunes. The 90s from 8 till 10 p.m. And then from 10 p.m. till midnight, Michelle Vessel will be doing a fabulous New Year's Eve party where she's going to be live from LA, bring us into 2023, featuring musics from Madonna, Mariah Carey, ABBA, Escom7, Queen, and more as she takes us directly into the new year 2024 to close out New Year's Eve for Radio 2. And then we go into New Year's Day, where on New Year's Day, there will be an opportunity to see who you have voted as the ultimate Madonna song on New Year's Day from 2 to 5 p.m. And Scott Mills will be the presenter, where he'll be counting down the top 40 Madonna songs, and then you'll find out what you have voted as your all-time Madonna song on New Year's Day from 2 to 5 p.m. as a special your ultimate Madonna song special 2 to 5 p.m. this New Year's Day. And also on New Year's Day, there's going to be an opportunity from 5 till 6 p.m. from Michelle Vassal to basically do a whole show dedicated to her idol Madonna, where she'll be classic hits, live performances, archive interviews, and news reports all about Madonna that you can see on New Year's Day. And then from 6 till 7 p.m., there's going to be a Madonna at the BBC that's going to be airing on New Year's Day, where they will also be playing more classic hits from Madonna and paying homage to, and yes, Michelle Vogue is going to be presenting that New Year's Day from 6 till 7 p.m. And you can actually listen to this program on BBC Sounds from Boxing Day. So yes, from Boxing Day, you'll be able to hear the BBC Radio 2 special Madonna at the BBC from Boxing Day. So there you go. There are all the highlights, BBC Radio 1 and 2 for Christmas of 2023 to get you into the festive spirit and get you all excited for Christmas, as there's a lot of and there's a lot more great obviously Christmas content to come, especially from all the other stations with Radio 3. There's obviously content coming from Radio 3, Radio 4, etc. So I'll leave a link in the description if you want to see all the other Christmas content that's going to be coming to BBC Radio over the course of the Christmas holidays. That will just get you all talking, basically. It will get you wanting to hear some of the great Christmas tunes for 2023, pretty much. So there you go. That is basically taste of Christmas content for BBC Radio 1 and 2 and BBC Sounds podcasts and music that will be coming to BBC Sounds for Christmas 2023. So let me know in the comment section if you're if there's any BBC, if you're planning to listen to BBC Radio over Christmas. Definitely let me know in the comment section if you're planning to listen to some of the BBC Radio content that's coming. Like I said, this is just a taste of things to come. BBC Radio and all the different stations, and I will I'll be looking forward to, and of course we'll be having highlights from BBC TV for Christmas 2023 as they reveal their Christmas TV plans for this year. So make sure to let me know in the comments. So be sure to look out for that two-parter looking at Christmas telly 2023 on the BBC. So thanks for watching and have an amazing day, and I'll catch you all hopefully tomorrow with all the Christmas TV highlights. See you then.